Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 p.m. local time here on 7255. My name is Renaldo. Call is Kilo November 3 Quebec. KTH is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We have Jim KE8DLB, Lima Delta Bravo in the Clay Mill, Ohio. We usually have Don, Whiskey 3 Delta Oscar in November. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania is third net control operator this time. He's not really feeling that good, but, you know, hey, hopefully we'll get him back in here tomorrow night. It'll just be myself. Here on 7255, unless Don jumps in with me or somebody else volunteers to help with the net. Once again, this is KN3Q. This net meets on NetLogger. You can also check in on the DMR network, talk group 314255. If there's any emergency or prior to traffic on this frequency, please call now. Man, I'm going to have a tough night here. And okay, I'm going to turn this over to Jim, Kilo Echo 8, Lima Delta Bravo, up in the Clay Mill, Ohio. He's going to take over the frequency this evening, and I'll be taking a standby here. KN3Q. Go ahead, Mr. Jim, pick it up.
Roger that, Good evening, everybody. The call here is Kilo Echo 8, Lima Delta Bravo. Getting here fighting on the phone in Ohio, and this is the Alligator Net. We're looking for check-in. All are welcome. All now. Okay, well, I've got here. Anybody for the game? net there, and then the meatball net. And that morning I had 33 check-ins and 1 QRP. The QRP station was free. I only had about 40 watts on my rig, my generator. The voltage is a little lower than what the normal current voltage is from the utility. And my radio actually got a 40 watt microphone over. Oh, that's something with a QRP station. I didn't know that happened to me. I didn't really feel it without power, and I don't have a generator. So, I don't know. That's what's happened. It happened last year. So I did it. I really took my license. So it's got all under the system. That's why I'm 21 in the system. That's it for you. I don't have the button on top of the light for my software. It's a good way for a while. Last year when it happened, we were down in Florida. So when we got back, the police at the bottom of the, maybe it was anything cold, so the police at the bottom of the software, you know, pulled up long enough to push the pedal. So this trip down for over 2 days, the police still stayed on top of the software, and anything in the freezer is still good. Roger that. Well, Fred, I'm going to get along there. This is just 4 check-ins. It was great talking to you. Be safe. You got to stick around there. If you got anything else you want to say, just call and recheck and we'll get you back in here. We're going to screw with Fred. He's in North Central Ohio. Let's see. You got him in the wall. It's Fred. It's Fred. It's over here. She goes like a lake and even off the ground. Jim here's the place of Southern Ohio. We're looking for something to be Alligator Net. All our weapons, all now. QR5 Whiskey. I thought the QR5 Whiskey Mr. Alpha. Anybody else? All the business now. All right, QR5 Whiskey Mr. Alpha. You're up. Come on in. Yeah, this is Joe up in Central West Virginia. Call sign QR5 Whiskey, Mr. Alpha. Just wanted to say hello. Roger that, Joe. Well, first off, welcome to the Gator Net. And I'm just across the river from you pretty much, outside of Portland of Ohio, about 20 miles. And where in the world is Maria, West Virginia? I know pretty much all about West Virginia, but that's the village that starts tons of my life that over. Well, that's about, I'm going to say, as the crow flies, maybe 18, 20 miles southeast of Harrisville. Okay, now you got me at the disadvantage again. Are you outdoors Fort Elton? Are you in the Panhandle? You down Fort Princeton, Texas, Bluefield, Williamsburg, maybe in the Metro District? No, you know where Clarksburg and Parkersburg are? Roger. I got the zero now, Cowboys. Yeah, roger that. About halfway between Clarksburg and Parkersburg, and then go south. Roger that. I know about where you're at now. Anyway, Joe, it's my pleasure to make your acquaintance. I don't recollect you ever checking into the Gator Net. Give us a simple tour on your station there, over. Okay. Well, first of all, SPDX 3000 running barefoot, about 80 watts. Not quite turned up all the way, because others don't do that. And the antenna is a MFED half-wedge, good for 40 through 160. And frankly, I need to go check that antenna because after that big windstorm happened, I might be laying on the ground. Well, Fred or Joe, let me tell you something. You don't need to go check your antenna. I've listened here on a pair of reversible beverage antennas. One played out to the northeast, basically in your direction there from me, the back end of the southwest. The other one's laid out the front end toward Detroit, and the back end toward possibly down to Florida or whatever. But on my beverage antennas, which aren't real big on signal strength, but they're really big on signal to noise ratio, I got you at about a 5.7. Matter of fact, I had you on my vertical antenna that I transmit on, and you was only about 5.5. But you popped right up on them beverages. They're 200 foot long, those toes. And believe it or not, they'll lay it flat on the ground over.
Well, you know, I've heard that about the beverage antennas, about the good signal-to-noise ratio, but I never really looked into them to see how they work. I know that people don't put them off the ground very much, if at all. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about how that works?
Roger that. Well, there's a traveling wave antenna now. There's different types of beverage antennas. Mine is what they call a beverage on the ground. A traditional beverage is a single wire beverage, and they ground one end of it, and then the other end is where they get their signal from. In other words, if you've got one stretched out to the northeast and to the southwest, and you ground the southwest end of it, you're going to pick up signals from the northeast. Now, mine has got electronics in it from an outfit called, let's see, what's the name of that? Oh gosh, I can't remember, but it's about the antenna electronics is called the Benflex 4, and they're from a place up in Slinger, Wisconsin. And Unified Microsystems is the name of them. I just remember. It popped into my old head. But anyway, they've got it to where they can ground either or into those passively through a piece of RG6 coax. The main core of the coax is what will control which end you get the signal from, and what actually brings the signal to the radio is the shield on the coax. Now, with the proximity of the ground, mine's laying on the ground, the velocity factor is slowed down to the extent where my radio is actually fooled into believing that that antenna is 400 foot long instead of 200 foot over.
I understand that completely. That's pretty interesting. You know, I have heard about them, and in fact, I heard somebody talking about having one of those yesterday for a receive antenna, which is why you piqued my interest there. I know that they're really good on signal-to-noise ratio. I've been thinking about getting one of those Italian loop antennas because they exhibit the same good signal-to-noise ratio capabilities. But, you know, for over $3,000, I might have to wait a couple of months.
Roger will wait a couple of months. I don't blame you at all. But right now, everybody's telling me they got a lot of noise on the band tonight. When either one of us are not transmitting, I have no noise. I mean, my indicator is not even moving on my radio over.
Yeah, you know, and I'm usually almost that good because I'm out here in the boondocks completely away from everything. My noise level is normally about an F1. Tonight it's running the F3 to F5, which is really, really unusual for me. But the band has been weird. I guess there's some sort of solar event going on today, and I think that there's all kinds of weirdness going on. And besides that,
Roger, sorry about that, Joe. I had to take a phone call there from my son, but I got that all squared away now. Come with your last again, please, if you would.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I say, come again with your last if you would. My phone was ringing and I had to answer it for my son there. Give me your last again, over. Your last transmission.
I'm got you down in the noise now, so I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you. He's got more monkey all of a sudden. Give me my what?
say, give me your last transmission there. I had to answer the phone there, and I didn't get your last transmission, over.
Okay, good copy that time. What I was saying was is that well, my radio just dropped out. My battery voltage is low. I said neither one of us is in the skip zone, so we're talking on a ground wave right now.
Roger that. Well, I know one thing. I sure like the way your signal's coming to the plane now here. Anyway, Joe, why don't you stick around there and check this out, and I'm going to see if I can get some more check-ins, over.
Roger that. I appreciate the comeback and the quality QSO, and you go right ahead. I'm just going to eavesdrip a little bit.
Roger that, Joe. It's my pleasure to meet you, and I'll be looking forward to hearing you again. By the way, the Gator Net here operates Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern Time on 7255, and I will be tickled to death if we hear you in here again, over.
Roger that. Well, I usually leave the radio on 7255, so I'll definitely tune in and listen for you around 8 o'clock.
Roger that. Thanks for coming in here. A pleasure to have you, and I'll be looking forward to hearing you again. We're going to clear with Joe. He's in Peoria, West Virginia. Let's see. We got him in the log there. We'll add his call to the log, and we're going to get some more check-ins. The call here is Kilo Echo 8, Lima Delta Bravo. Jim here at Clay Mill in Southern Ohio. We're looking for check-ins for the Gator Net. All are welcome. Call now.
Kilo 3, Romeo Papa.
I got Kilo 3, Romeo Papa. Ray, how in the world things on the eastern shore, over?
Jim, it's just great over here tonight. I wanted to make sure I got in there, and hopefully that last gentleman, Joe, I didn't catch his call sign. I hope Joe's still listening. Jim, you didn't give Joe the complete truth about your lay-on-the-ground beverages there. You didn't tell him about you got it covered with deer droppings, over.
Roger that. Yeah, Joe, if you're still in there, the spiel I always give them is the beverage is a 200-foot long, and believe it or not, the radio on the ground covered up with leaves, twigs, deer droppings, God-only-knows what, copperheads, rattlesnakes crawling across them, and just anything that walks, crawls, slithers, or sneaks along the ground, over.
I did copy that. Now I understand why it's working so good.
Roger that. Great to hear you again, Joe. Anyway, Ray, how are you doing over there this season, over?
Doing well, Jim. I just couldn't resist that because first time you told me, I about fell out of the chair laughing, and I know the secret has got to be the deer droppings. That's got to be the secret, and you know, I've got enough deer and everything here in our little plateau here, but not enough room for a beverage antenna really. But so I haven't figured out how to train the deer to get up into the treetops to hit my end-fed half-wave. You know, maybe if I can attract some reindeer down here, over.
Roger that. Well, the secret to that is if you find the deer, they've got to have one technical piece of equipment. They've got to have a Norton broadside, over.
Roger on that. Well, I'll tell you, it's been interesting. I spending the week kind of trying to spruce up the appearance of my radio track. I told you about that the other night. Got phase 1 completed last night, which was adding a second. Well, I had 2 monitors on my computer set up for my radio and everything, but the one monitor I had was really just a high-definition TV that I picked up at Walmart one time. Excuse me. And I'd always been wanting to upgrade that, and I took advantage of, I used an Apple computer here at home, and I bought a matching Apple display board, something called a Studio display. And I got that all hooked up and set up last night, and I've got it working right now, running in front of me. And you know, that like I said, that's phase one of the rehab of the shack. Over.
Roger that. It sounds like it's going to be quite the shack there when you get done. Let me ask you a question there. The other day when we were talking, Ray, and I put you onto that Panduit, that cable management cross there. Did you ever look into that? Over.
Roger. I went and looked at that right away, and you know, I see several possibilities for what I might be able to do with it. I don't know that I would use it in the traditional application that they describe on their website. But I think from looking at the material and the way it's put together and everything, I might be able to modify it for my use. These shelving units that I was telling you about, the little cabinets, the rack units, they're open on the back. And one of the things is I've got one of those, what do they call them? The desk that I have here in this, I call it a study. It's not really, it's just kind of an extra little room up in front of the house. It's got a partner's desk in it that was custom built. And the guy that custom built it for me didn't build it quite long enough, but that's another story. But anyhow, my wife always complains that she can't use her half of the partner's desk because she sees all these cables and wires. And I was showing her that Panduit and saying that I might try a piece of that and see what I can come up with. And if it works okay, I might try running it all the way across. Over.
Roger that. Yeah, you can actually bolt right on the back of that, the rack back behind there. And man, that'd make a nice looking job, I'm thinking, Ray. Over.
Yeah, roger that. I'll have to experiment a little bit maybe with how to, I realize you can bolt it on there, no problem, but since my rack unit is 3 separate units, and I'm feeling like if I bolt that across the back of those units, then all of a sudden they're not movable anymore. Over.
Roger that. Well, you can cut it and bolt it across each individual section and still have room to move them around where you want them, though, Ray.
Yeah, I thought about that, and just, you know, wasn't quite sure how that would look. I see they have some dress pieces and stuff like that, you know, including some special cover caps. And it's just like you said the other night on the air, you can go crazy with that stuff.
Roger that. Yeah, you could do that, and then what I would do, if you was worried about not being able to move them racks any at all, put you 3 individual pieces, one on each rack, and every how many you want, 1 or 2 or 3, depending on how tall they are, the 3 units or whatever, and then just, and that would double all up. This thing is made out of plastic. Ray, you cut them with a handball to about any length you want, and if they run into where they're running into the tine, just cut that last tine out of it, and then cut them wherever you want them. Over.
Roger that. When we talked the other night, I didn't know if you used the aluminum ones or the plastic ones. I did notice the plastic ones on their website, and I thought, you know, that might work pretty well. Actually, I used to have a neighbor, another house that my wife and I had up here when we first moved up here, and the neighbor worked for, he worked for a company that did computer cabling and stuff for office buildings and stuff like that, and I needed to run some, at that time I wasn't running any wireless network or anything in the house. I needed Cat 6 cables strung between the first floor and the second floor. And he said, no problem, I'll take care of it for you. And he came over and he ran some up, and I had to go through a closet in my son's bedroom upstairs to get to the cable where I needed to go. And he put this plastic chasing. I bet it's the same thing. I didn't know if it had a brand name called Panduit, but it looks like what I saw on the website there. Over.
Roger that. Panduit by any other name is still nothing but Panduit. That's the trade name. That's probably the most prestigious company that manufactures that stuff. But you can buy knockoff brands, Ray, that will do the same thing, probably for half the price or less, over.
Yeah, roger that, Jim. Or if my neighbor was still alive, I could probably just go borrow something. But unfortunately, he passed on some years ago. But yeah, that like I said, looking at that website gave me a lot of ideas. And the actual rack cabinets aren't here yet. I think they're supposed to arrive tomorrow, maybe. And then I've got to assemble them first. So I've got, you know me, I don't take anything fast anymore. I kind of slow everything down. So that might take me a day or two to put those rascals together.
Roger that. Well, my money's on you. I bet they look nice when you're done. Ray, you got anything else for me before I go get another check-in or two? And then I got to send this back to Renaldo down in Myrtle Beach, over.
No, negative, Jim. I just wanted to make sure that all the listeners out there knew about the secret ingredient of the deer droppings. That's it. And I'm glad to be on here tonight, and I'll just sit back and listen while I'm doing a little bit of paperwork. So, Kilo Echo 8, Lima Delta Bravo. This is Kilo 3, Romeo Papa. I'll be clear, listening in.
Roger that, Ray. I want to thank you for interjecting that. Yeah, I failed to mention that. And the first time I screw up, you jump on it like a hen on a June bug, over.
Yeah, well, I just couldn't let you get away with it, over.
Roger that. You know what they say? To err is human, Ray, but to forgive is not company policy, over.
That brings me back to the other thing I have, and then I got to clear off of here. I used to tell the people that I worked with, and I worked in a Department of Defense Research and Development Laboratory, and used to tell the people I worked with that when I go to my second life and get a second job in life, I'm going to be a weather forecaster. Why? Because it's the only job I know where, it's not necessarily what they call a career-ending maneuver if you get it wrong. Over.
Roger that. Yeah, it's no big deal if you get it wrong. My dog can pretty much tell the weather as good as these forecasters can. But anyway, Ray, I got to get moving. Oh, Lord, I could sit here and talk to you all night. But I got to get some more check-ins. We're going to clear with Ray. He is over in, let's see, Centerville, Maryland on the eastern shore. We're going to clear with Ray. We got him in the logs here. I'm going to get another check-in or two before I send it to Renaldo. Kilo Echo 8, Lima Delta Bravo. Jim, here's the place in Southern Ohio. We're looking for check-in for the Alligator Net. All are welcome. Call now.
Whiskey 3 Delta Oscar November.
Whiskey 3 Delta Oscar November. John, you're sounding good, buddy. Come on in here.
Hey, good evening, Jim. Thought I'd jump in here quick. Say good evening to you and everybody on the net here. We're just kind of taking it easy. Got 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow. Got one on Monday. So anyway, just working on relaxing, taking it easy, and trying to get better.
Roger that. I hope you're successful in all areas of that, Don. Bless your heart. I bet you feel like a pincushion right now, don't you?
Yeah, it feels good to be home after 9 days in the hospital. So it feels good to be home, but I thought I'd jump in here quick to say good morning to you. Or yeah, good morning. Good evening. I'll get it straight, but anyway, thought I'd say hello to you and then ring there. So anyway, good to hear you, and glad you got your power and stuff back on.
Roger that. Yeah, I don't know whether I told you or not, Don. I had to do Sunday morning on E-Cars. I had 32 stations and QRP stations. I looked around and QRP was me, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, you told me that on Monday night there when I talked to you. So, but yeah, we're just kind of taking it easy here, waiting for the wife. She got more medications and stuff for me to take in, so I just got done getting that one shot, that Lubinox that's supposed to help thin my blood out until I get back on my Coumadin and stuff. Right, I gotta go get that checked tomorrow, and then I got a doctor's appointment, and I got another doctor's appointment on Monday, so we'll see how that goes. Got a doctor's appointment with the heart doctor on Monday, family doctor tomorrow.
Roger that. Well, I hope you get her all squared away, Don. We miss you on here. But anyway, I'm going to let you get going. And have a great evening. And I won't be in here tomorrow evening, but I'll talk to you Friday evening for sure. I'll send it back to you, Don, for a quick final, and then I got to get it moving.
All right, Jim, W3, good to hear you. Back to you, W3DLN.
Roger that, Don. Get yourself squared all up there. We'll be looking forward to hearing you back here at the microphone. We're going to clear with Don. Let's see. I've got him in the log. Yeah, okay. I already got him in the log. I'm going to try one more check-in here, then I'm going to send it to Ren. Call here is Kilo Echo 8, Lima Delta Bravo. Jim here's the Clay Mill of Southern Ohio. We're looking for check-ins for the Gator Net. All are welcome. Call now. Alrighty, nothing heard. I'm going to send this down to Renaldo and let him do the second half hour here. And we'll send it his way there. Kilo November 3 Quebec. This is Kilo Echo 8, Lima Delta Bravo. How copy, Ren?
Yeah, I copy you good, Jim. The band down here is a little noisy tonight due to the electrical interference and temperature dropping. So, you know, I got to do the best I can, but I'm doing okay. And Jim, appreciate you doing this tonight, and it's good to hear Don in there. KN3Q.
Hey, Renaldo, let me give you a little interjection there on knocking some of that noise down. How's that sound to you?
It sounds good to me. It's just the electric lines out back. When everybody cranks up the heat, it hammers me. Go ahead.
Roger that. Now, on your radio, I don't know what you got your RF gain up to, but try cutting your RF gain down just a little bit.
Yeah, I got it down. I just tuned it down and helped a little bit. But that's going to knock out some of the distance. But, hey, we'll do the best we can. Usually I don't have this problem at night. Roger?
Roger that. Yeah, you don't have to knock it way down, but just a little bit might make a whole lot of difference for you, over.
Yeah, it helped. It helped. It's just it's unusual.
Roger that. Well, I'll let you try to get some check-ins here. I'll be hanging around to listening.
All right, yep. All right, this is Kilo November 3 Quebec here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and this is the Alligator Net on 7255. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the net. Thank you, Jim, for taking over. Before I go, W3DLN, are you there?
Yep, we're still here, Ren. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you're back on our air listening, and I'm glad you're starting to feel better there, Roger.
Yeah, we're taking it easy. Change the diet, food, change the food to what we're eating and stuff. Yeah, Karen's taking good care of us, and got 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow, another one on Monday, so just kind of taking it easy here. Go ahead.
Hey, Roger. Well, I'm glad you're doing better, man. I'm glad that you're out, and I'll be up sometime in June, so tell Sharon I want some of that chili. I'll be banging on the door.
All right, man. Catch you later. I'm gonna jump out of here and go back to seeing what we can get into here. Have a good one, man, and everybody else out there, have a good one. This is W3DLN.
All right, W3DLN, KN3Q, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Have a great night. November 3, Victor Echo Tango. You there?
Yes, sir. It's November 3, Victor Echo Tango, Bruce here in Delaware.
Hey, Bruce, how you doing, man? I saw you up there on NetLogger, so I had to jump in there and pull you out of there. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. I just got home from my part-time job, turned the radio on, and heard you guys, so I decided to tune in here a little bit.
Hey, Roger. Well, I usually have a little bit of unusual noise tonight, so it makes it hard to hear the lower signal stations, but when I need to hear the lower signal stations, I put the receiver on the Atlanta, Georgia SDR, but it's just very unusual. You know, when the temperature drops, those high voltage lines out over top of my yard start humming.
Oh, okay. You're sounding really good here, good and strong, 10 over here.
Hey, Roger. Well, I'm looking at my meter. You're S9. No problem, man. Sounded good from up that way, Roger.
Yeah, that helped at all? Does that make it better or worse?
Oh, no, you're doing okay. You're doing okay before you even did what you did there. But, no, you're making a nice trip. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hadn't let my amplifier warm up. I had a little ST200 here. I only put out about 300 watts with it.
Yeah, well, you're doing a good solid S9. Not a problem, man. Not a problem hearing you. Even before you fired that thing up, you were still good there, Roger.
Oh, okay. Very good. All right. Well, thank you there.
Hey, no problem. Hey, anything else you'd like to do for the net tonight?
No, I just turned it on here. The first time I really joined, I heard Jim say that about the net here starting up again, so heard him on e-cars telling everybody, so I decided to join in tonight and listen for a while and see what's going on.
All right. Well, what's your station there? What are you running?
I've got a Yaesu FPDX10 here, and I got this LSD200, and I'm running just a N-feed dipole, a homemade job.
Oh, okay. What microphone are you using?
Well, I got the Healy. It's the Healy, trying to look for the number here. It's one of these Healy boom mics.
Hey, Roger. Well, I'm running a Yaesu FPDX10, and that halfway 80 to 10, about 9 feet off the ground. I'm using a Yaesu FPDX10, only 100 watts, and I'm using the M100 microphone with dual element head, Roger, made by Yaesu.
Very good. Well, you're sounding good too. These FPDX10s are pretty nice radios. I've got an IC7300 also. I hardly use it anymore, but I like this radio the best.
Yeah, I got 7300 sitting over there. I use it for FT8 sometimes, but yeah, it's a good rig. I can't complain about it. I've had it for 5 years. I loved it. It did its thing, but you know, if I was running this right now, I would have a lot more problems with noise. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I mainly run mine for actually now is FT8. That's the only time it really gets turned on when I go to FT8 there. But I got a camp down in Chickasee, Virginia, and I'm going to take it down with me this year. Use it down there for the summer.
Hey, Roger. Well, you know, once you got a DX10, unfortunately, you don't go back. I'm trying to talk my buddy in there, Kilo November 4, Radio Whiskey Quebec, RQW. Trying to talk him into getting a DX10. I don't know how close I'm getting there, but I'm working on him.
Yep, that's true. Maybe this winter I might see if I can come up across with another one. Maybe I can't understand why I see so many of them up for sale on QRZ and QTH and those places there. I don't understand that. They're a new radio and they're great radio. If I see a pile of them up there for sale, so I might try to grab one this by winter and have that just down to camp, because like you said, once you use one of these, you really need to put anything else.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying the 710 as a backup, but I haven't decided what to do yet. I know my 7300 is good old faithful, but she runs good, and I'll keep her for a while and just use it for an FT8 radio.
Yep, that works good for that. That's probably what I'll wind up using this one for pretty much. Yeah, those 710s are a nice little radio too, my understanding, and I see a few of them out there. People bought them and already ready to sell them. I don't understand this, but everybody to their own, right?
Roger, Roger. All right, my friend, good talking to you. Thanks for checking into the Alligator Net. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 p.m. local time, and I guess you can tell we're a little bit of a rag net. You're more welcome to come back, sir.
Okay, very good. I'll ride along here for a while. I got a few things I got to do. Like I said, I just walked in the door and I'm in the radio room, fired the radio up, so I got a few things to do. I'll listen for a while, and then I'll get back in here in a little while. How late does net go?
Usually runs till 9 o'clock. Sometimes we go over, and if it's kind of slow night, we usually end it a little early. It all depends on the amount of traffic, Roger.
Oh, okay. Good out, Roger, on that. All right. Well, anyways, if I don't get back in here before everybody gets out of here, I'll definitely check in again. So, very good. Have a good night there, everybody listening. KN3Q.
All right, November 3, Victor Echo Tango, Kilo November 3, Quebec. Yep, this net's been around 5 years. Okay, 73, man, thanks for checking into the Gator Net. This is Kilo November 3, Quebec. Looking for check-ins for the Alligator Net on 7255.
November 2, Lima X-Ray Lima.
Oh, there's a gentleman, Lima X-Ray Lima. Good evening, sir. It's been a while.
Oh, you insult me by calling me a gentleman. How you doing tonight, Ren?
Hey, I'm not doing too bad, man. Just chilling out here in the shack, enjoying the day in Myrtle Beach, and how's things up there in the Garden State?
Well, I guess we're gardening somewhere in the state, just not by me. But a reasonably nice day today. Sunny, maybe a little bit cool, but it's still early in the season. But at least it wasn't raining, so got a few things done that I had to do, especially my every 2 weeks or so hitting ShopRite, which I despise, but got to be done. So that was today, and I'm fully stocked on food, so that's a good thing. Anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to jump in here and say hello. Hope you're doing well down there in South Carolina. My neighbor lives down by you. He's over, I think I might have told you this, he moved down to Myrtle's Inlet. I don't talk to him too much, but he seems to like it down there. I saw him last June, I think was the last time he was back up here. Anyway, now I'm babbling, so I'll jump out of here so you can grab a few more. Catch you later, Ren. November 2, Lima X-Ray Lima.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I know where Myrtle's Inlet's at for sure. It's not too far from me. I'm in another area away from it. I'm more or less in a rural type, almost country type area. I wish I didn't have the high voltage lines tonight. They're being a pain. But hey, man, 7-3 to you. Take care. November 2, Lima X-Ray Lima out of New Jersey. It's always a pleasure talking to you, sir. And we'll catch you again. This is Kilo November 3, Quebec, in the Alligator Net on 7255. Check in. Anybody, anywhere. Whiskey 3, Mike Charlie Echo. All right, give me the call again. Whiskey 3, what? Mike Charlie Echo. Mike Charlie Echo. Boy, that call's familiar. Come on in, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Red. This is Carl up here in Butler, Pennsylvania. And, it's been a while since I talked to you. Anyway, I heard you talking about the A2 710, and that's what I'm talking to you on here right now.
Oh, man. Sounds good. I have no problem hearing you in Myrtle Beach. I got about a 7 on you, and you're getting through that pesky noise that I got back here. So how do you like that beautiful radio? Go ahead.
I like it quite a bit there. I have the 7300, and I have this radio here, and some others, but I like it a lot. I have the Hall PR 781 on it, and I get pretty good reports, and they were having some problems with the radio, but they come out with new software yesterday, and that took care of all the problems, especially the DNR on it, and now you can turn it up and it works fine. So anyway, I really like it. Nice rig, and the filters, everything is nice and tight, and you can see people out of there pretty easy with it. So it's
definitely a keeper.
All right. Tell me, how do you compare it to the 7300?
I believe, I've had my 73 here for about 5 years, I think this one here, the filters are better in it. I can tune people out a lot easier with it, and the receiver is much better, and it has that AESS system in it, like 3D sound or whatever, which you can adjust. So it's a little bit better than the 73, I believe.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I'm thinking about buying one for a backup. I'm thinking about selling my 7300 for it. I have the DX10. I didn't know if you knew that or not. But I love these radios, man. The receivers are definitely excellent. I mean, I could cut some of the power noise out on this radio compared to my 7300. If I was running my 7300, it would be very hard to hear you. But the way I have my system set up, I can hear you. I forgot to cut my RF gain back to get rid of some of the noise, and Jim reminded me of that. But yeah, I love the notch, the DNR. I run my DNR about 3. So yeah, it's great. KN3Q, back to you.
Okay, yeah, very good. Well, that was the problem with the 710. You could only run it to 3, and when you went over it, it sounded like real watery or like a robot sound to it there. But with the new software they come out with, it took care of that problem, and you can turn it up there now, and really take the noise out of there. And with the contour and the shift and the notch, that notch filters, the notch filter is good too. So it's nice, and also what you do with the 7300, the 710.
What's the 3 Lima?
Like you do with the DX10. Hey, and you're good to go.
Are you liking that monitor thing? I got mine hooked to a 27-inch.
Wow. Yeah, I think mine's 17 or 20. Or 19-inch, I think. Yeah, 19-inch, and I like it a lot. The only thing I don't understand is the 3D. I don't know, maybe because I'm old-fashioned, I like the regular, to see the peaks. Little, I call them heartbeats or peaks there, but I'm still trying to figure out that 3D. I just don't understand it. So I usually just use it with the peaks, understand it a lot better. See the signal up and down the band and all that.
Yeah, so you can adjust that. If you go in your menu, you'll see something that says level and dB. And over to the right is peak. You can adjust that through that way. And that'll help you a little bit with the 3D part. Also, you can go down on the right of the radio where it says span or speed. You can change that a little bit to adjust things. But that peak and that level will help adjust with that 3D monitor scope looks like. So it'll help you a little bit and make it look a lot better. And you can change the colors of both the 3D and the regular monitor below it, the old scope.
Okay, yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm off. I got tonight, tomorrow night off, so I appreciate that advice. I'm going to do that. I'll get back to you and let you know how that works out and stuff. I didn't know that. I hate looking at a manual. I always try to figure stuff out on my own, and or somebody will let me know, just like you're doing tonight. And so I'll be down there here in a little bit and and start playing around with that, it may start making a little more sense. And I do go over there to the level and take out all the noise on the scope. I don't like, none of you can see the little bit of noise in there. I just want to see the signal only, and that works out really good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm always messing with mine, tinkering with it, but till I get it right. Just put an SD card in there, save your settings, and you'll be good to go. All right. Anything else we could do for you, my friend?
Yes, one more thing. How's Dawn doing?
Don's much better. He's at home. He's got to behave himself.
Well, that's good news. Okay. Well, I'll get out of here and let you grab probably another one there or whatever, and look forward to talking to you there tomorrow there. Have a good night down there in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 73 from W3MCE.
All right, my good friend. Take care up there in the great Steel City. W3MCA. Excuse me. Whiskey 3, Mike Charlie Alpha. 73 to you. This is Kilo November 3 Quebec and the Alligator Net on 7255. I have time for maybe one or two more check-ins. Anybody anywhere?
K3SLM.
Papa Alpha.
K3SLM, stand by. Did I hear Whiskey 3, Papa Lima Alpha? Station, give me your call again. Who was it?
Whiskey 3, Lima, Papa Alpha, W3LPA. Got a lot of noise here, Ren. Checking in. In and out. Whiskey 3, Lima, Papa Alpha.
All right, John. I got you, man. I got you and Karen in there. No problem, brother. I know there is a lot of noise tonight. We're having a solar storm. All right, catch you later on. K3SLM, KN3Q, come on in, Mr. Steve.
Good evening, Red. And good evening, John, if you can hear me. I don't know if you can. I heard you. So, we got the backyard cut today. I did the work on the mower that I was talking about last night. I sharpened the blades, leveled up the deck, changed the oil, and then I decided to cut the backyard. So, got that out of the way. What's going on in Myrtle Beach?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. It's kind of noisy tonight. I mean, we had a solar storm, and that has a lot to do with it, too. Plus, the whole high voltage lines are hopping because these wimps down here got their heat on. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's pretty quiet here on my end right now. In fact, it's surprisingly quiet this evening. I'm not having any trouble hearing anybody this evening.
Oh, yeah. I'm not having trouble hearing a lot of people. I mean, still pulling them out. It's just a little harder than normal. So I have to adjust some filters that I normally don't use. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Oh, yeah. Get to use these filters. It's the way to go.
So you're still looking at a 710?
Oh, yeah, as a backup. Definitely. John's got me talked into, well, he's not talked me into it, but got me thinking about it. I'm going to look into do some POTA. So if I don't give her about 7,300, I'll use that. For my 710, I could pull it, DX10. I could pull it off the bench to take it out for POTA.
Yeah, let me know how you like it. I've been at a couple POTA sites and listened in, but I don't know if I can get into it or not. So let me know how you like it.
Oh man, working pile-ups, I'm going to like it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I never tried it. Like I said, I watched it already, but never really, never got into it. All right, Mr. Red, I'll let you get on with it. I'll say 7-3, and you have yourself a great evening. K3SLM.
All right, K3SLM. Millersville, Pennsylvania. Thanks for checking in there, Mr. Steve. All righty. I will take one more check-in for the GatorNet before I close it up tonight. Anybody anywhere?
Kilo November 4, Victor Alpha Victor.
All right, Kilo November 4. What was your call?
Kilo November 4, Victor Alpha Victor in South Florida.
All right, Kilo November 4, Victor Alpha Victor. Anybody else? Whiskey, what's the rest of your call? Alright, I caught Charlie Golf and the whiskey. Give me the rest of it again. I'm sorry, sir. I'm trying to pull you through the noise. Whiskey 3, Charlie Golf. I think I got it that time.
2, Red.
Hey, relay. Give me a relay. Steve. Let me know who it is.
It was Whiskey 2, I think. Whiskey 2, Charlie Golf, Red.
Okay, yeah, I got him that time. Good evening, sir. Sorry about that. The noise dropped a little bit. We got a power line noise. It's unusual tonight there. Go ahead. Welcome to the GatorNet. All right, well, your 25 watts is doing the job. The Kilo November 4 at Victor Alpha Victor will get with you shortly. We like to get the portables in there first. Yeah, you're a little bit better now, man, since the noise dropped on me down here. Go ahead. Roger. All right, well, thanks for checking into the Alligator Net on 7255. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 p.m. local time. Anything else we can do for you, sir? All right, guess you checked out. Kilo November 4, Victor Alpha Victor. Come on in, sir.
Kilo November 4, Victor Alpha Victor, KN3Q. Great for running that tonight. I appreciate it. First time checking in. First time I've heard you out there. Running new to me, Kenwood TF570D. And even with the noise, I'm catching you tonight. So great to hear you guys out there tonight.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, the noise is terrible tonight. But, you know, hey, we got to live what we got to live with. This is the GatorNet, sir, and welcome coming to the GatorNet there, Roger.
Yeah, copy that. Now that I have you on the log, I know when you guys get on, I'll get on more often. So I'll let you go. 73 for tonight, and appreciate you checking me in. Kilo November 4, Victor Alpha Victor, 73 for now.
All right, Kilo November 4, Victor Alpha Victor. Thanks for checking into the GatorNet of 7255. This is a rag chew net. We try to get a little bit of rag chewing in between check-ins. All right, sir. You're the last one on the line here tonight, so I'm going to drop it on out. 732, thanks for checking into the GatorNet, everybody, and the net controllers. All the hard work that we do and to keep this net going, and you keep the net going by checking in. Thanks, Jim. And I'm hoping Don gets back soon. Glad he's feeling better. Good night to all from Kilo November 3, Quebec. Remember, this net is every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 p.m. local time. I'm going to be on the net controller tomorrow. So if anybody wants to jump in and help out, just come on in tomorrow night and we'll run the net. Otherwise, we'll do the best we can. One net controller makes it kind of hard, but we'll do the best we can. 7-3 to all you fine ham operators out there tonight from Kilo November 3 Quebec. Return the frequency back to normal amateur use. Good night all. Take care and be safe. KN3Q.
Good night all.
Good night, everybody. N3VET said that. Good night, Bruce. And give Buddy a fat